The iPad Air comes in a pretty standard Apple box, as you can expect. On the front you have the Apple Air logo, and on the back you have some basic information about the device. Inside the box you have the iPad Air itself, a USB-C to C cable, a 20-watt power adapter, and some paperwork. It's nice to see that the iPad still carries the power adapter. For design, the iPad Air has a very similar design to the previous generation iPad Air. It has a sleek aluminum unibody design that is both durable and stylish. The only main difference from the previous iPad Air is in the back it says iPad Air instead of just iPad. The front of the iPad Air is dominated by a 10.9-inch liquid retina display. This is a beautiful display with great color reproduction and viewing angles. The bezels around the displays are not too thin compared to the Galaxy tablet, and it is still missing that key Face ID. Rather, it has a pretty handy fingerprint scanner both on the power button. There are also stereo speakers located on the top and bottom of the vertical side of the iPad. On the back of the iPad Air, you have the Apple logo and the single lens rear camera. The iPad Air is available in a variety of colors, including space gray, starlight, pink, purple, and blue, and I got that blue color. The iPad has a nice round design that doesn't poke you at the sharp corners, and also in the back you can see that Apple has this smart connector where you can see these three dots where it handles connection and power for add-ons like the smart keyboard. However, it is rather expensive to get those accessories, such as the Magic Keyboard, which get Pro Max. That's why it is better to go for third-party brands such as a Logitech. To get it out of the way, I am an Android user. I use a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And the thing that made me choose this iPad instead of a Samsung tablet is its chip. In terms of tablets, Android can try as much as they want, but the iPad has set a high bar, and it will be very difficult to top that off because it has the same process as a literal MacBook. It is backed by an 8-core CPU with 4 performance cores, 4 efficiency cores, 8-core GPU, 16-core neutral engine, and a standard 8 GB RAM. With that said, I was able to run all of the latest apps and games on the iPad Air and Microsoft applications without much issues. I haven't run into any lags, but we'll see as school starts to pick up. Having this productivity of the M1 makes the iPad Air such a great tool for productivity tasks and even stuff such as editing photos and videos, which was almost never possible with previous generation tablets. It can also be noticed that the iPad's Air camera was significantly better than any other tablet I've tried. With the larger screen, it may be difficult to get that quality look because you had to put a 12 megapixel photo on a larger 10.9-inch display without losing any of the quality. And many tablets try to avoid this by smoothing out their photos so they don't get that haze. But the iPad does a great job of still having quality with its larger display, with its pretty standard 12 megapixel rear camera. And even with the 12 megapixel front camera. It was also very practical to have an ultra wide front facing camera, which is really cool to see at a 122 field of view angle. However, the camera is still located on the short side of the iPad, while making you feel a little off on video calls when you hold the iPad horizontally. And I prefer having the camera on the horizontal part because I use the iPad horizontally about like 90% of the time. In terms of battery life, in my first use, this battery is amazing. I look at the battery and I'm doing some, going to like checking my emails, going through videos, checking video ideas, and still it's able to only lose like 2 or 3%, but that's probably because I got this iPad very recently, brand new. It is said to have a battery life for up to 10 hours, and I was able to easily get through days of use with a single charge. However, this claimed 10 hours is with web browsing on Wi-Fi or watching videos. And of course, if you do heavier tasks such as video editing, photo editing, or rendering, it obviously gets lower. And so overall, the iPad Air 2022 is an excellent tablet. It has a powerful processor, a beautiful display, and a long-lasting battery. If you're looking for a powerful and versatile tablet, the iPad Air is a great option. Me personally, in terms of storage, I got the 64GB version since I use a lot of cloud-based software and I have access to OneDrive and Google Photos. But if you want a larger display, you can go up to 256 GB, but that comes at an cost increase of $150. However, you can always get portable disc or portable storage SSDs that could be cheaper in the but it's going to be a little more difficult in terms of portability. And with that said, my experiences have definitely been up to expectations from companies such as Apple in terms of their tablet, but in terms of phone, I'll be still sticking with the S22 Ultra. So other than that, please make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, and thanks for watching.